Hi, guys. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. It is February, guys, so I'm going to give you your update for GameStop. Really simple. I give you the rundown, what's going on, what's the news. Not too in detail, but just enough to get you excited, okay? So let's run. Right here, follow the money. BlackRock came on in, guys. They bought 474, essentially, 1,000 more shares. They have now almost 5.2 million shares of GameStop. They own 6.8% of the float. They are the third largest holder of GameStop shares behind Ryan Cohen and Vanguard. I love that BlackRock holds the shares, guys. I know they might be the enemy and they might be on the other side of the table too, selling to the short or letting them borrow. Because come on, there was 1.1 million shares to borrow today, an additional 100,000 later, and at a rate of 2.2, 2.5. I've even seen 3% this week. Pretty crazy that they're still doing it this way. But if it's the last-ditch effort and maybe BlackRock wants them to dig their hole a little deeper, that's exactly what's happening. And why am I happy that BlackRock owns these shares? Well, BlackRock holds their shares a lot longer than most. They diamond hand their shares. They have their average position of 6 years. They hold shares for 23 and a half quarters on average. I wanted to get you that stat so you guys understand just who has your back. And who else has your back? Who else wants to make money? Well, Yusuf Capital, guys, they bought an additional 32,354 shares right now. That was quarter four, right in front of you. These are all quarter four transactions, by the way, 4.8 million. And then Crossmark Global bought a cheap 5,610 shares. Guys, don't worry. There's not 5,610 real shares out there. So if they went ahead and bought them and they're out there, I know guys on the channel that have more shares than that. So props. Shout out to these guys. These guys are smart, and I want to follow that money. We'll go to the next slide here. Next thing is earnings, guys. Earnings are coming for quarter four and year end. Earnings are going to be the first week of March 2022. I'm excited for earnings because I want to see if we could beat out last year, which, by the way, we already beat out last year for total sales. Our total sales for this year are dwarfing last year, and it's not because it was a COVID year. I've tried to tell people this. The COVID year, yes, it shut down the storefronts. It shows you how valuable they are, but it put a stress test on our e-commerce. And the fact that our e-commerce were operating out of one fulfillment center for the whole world, that's all we had. We were just shipping out product from our one little spot. And now we have 3 spots. And those 3 spots are covering the whole United States, like a Bermuda Triangle. You're trapped, you're in it. And from Reno, Nevada to York, Pennsylvania, all the way down to Texas, we have you covered. GameStop's delivering the items faster. They have more inventory on hand. As you know, they front-loaded their inventory for quarter four. About $388 million worth of inventory they front-loaded. So they don't have those supply chain issues. So they don't have bottleneck issues. All they have is excess of product now in those fulfillment centers, which is great. And they give us a good price. You know, they have a Cyber Week instead of a Cyber Monday. They had a whole Cyber Week. They did Christmas. They did Black Friday. But in addition to that, guys, it's tax return season right now. This is where everyone's getting their money. Shout out to Mario on the channel. He reminded me of that whenever I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, how are we going to get more money on here? Or how are you going to get more shares, guys? Is it that simple? Tax return comes, get yourself a gift. Honest. I'm getting myself a gift of a lifetime, and it's more GameStop shares. And it should be the same for you. But hey, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but get ready because it's coming. Quarter over quarter last year, or last quarter, I should say, we're up 29%, which is a godly number when it comes to retail. If you can come up 30%, you know, I look at Google, right? So Google stock is what I want to emulate in a way for GameStop. Google's splitting right now 20-1, which is phenomenal. I mean, that makes me laugh because I pray and hope one day that GameStop can split 20-1. Can you imagine how many shares you and I will both have? But that's just so that it's more user-friendly, as in for the retail side to jump back into it. But for the quarter, we're up 29%. Google's up 30% on advertising revenue. Same deal, guys. We're all on the same pace. Year over year, we're up almost 14%. In the retail world, you want to be up around 5%. And we're up 13, almost 14%. I'll take it every day of the week. But I think these quarter four numbers coming in are going to be very strong. And I hope they are, just so I can rub it in their face. But no, really, Wall Street, come on back to the table. Go ahead and get your investors lined up and understand what we're doing here. We're doing things that are bigger than you and I. It's not just e-commerce. It's not just video games. It's GameStop. And it can't stop, and it won't stop. Next, pressure. What is the pressure of holding this stock? I would like to remind everyone in this country, everyone in the world, and everyone invested in GameStop, pressure breaks pipes, not people. So the fact that these short hedge funds want to diamond hand their shorts and ride it to the ground, let them. But for me personally, I'll hold this damn stock forever. If I get a little aggressive here, I apologize. But the rebound's coming. I promise you that. The amount of money that has been put on the puts lately, they're trying to project that we're going to drop down to rock bottom. They can really drag us down. I don't care how much money they spend, guys. They've spent close to $300 million on options just to trying to attack us. Go look at our stock right now. Our stock makes movements of a $17 window in a week off of no news, no volume, nothing. That is phenomenal how this happens. And this manipulation, this market manipulation in front of you, it solidifies everything, right? I look at the rebound coming, and I'm telling you right now, you can get a share of GameStop for $100. It's a goddamn joke. You know the value of it. If you don't, go look at the hedge funds that keep buying it at this price. Everyone's digging deeper. They're looking around. They're looking for investors to dig a little deeper. You know why it's hard to raise capital as a hedge fund? Because everyone's already giving you as much as they have. It's not like they have a secret stash that they don't have with you. You guys are already stretched thin buying Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Johnson & Johnson, everyone else that you want to buy. Then you got to go ahead and divvy up a piece of the pie to GameStop because you know it's coming. And it's coming. So get ready, guys. There's no pressure on you. It's all self-induced. Don't think that this play has to get played out. Don't think that the squeeze has to come for you to make money. That's not what GameStop is. GameStop is a long-term investment, is a diamond-handed investment, and it is real. The growth is real. The layered growth is real. And it's GameStop. Next. Time is up. Time is up for a lot of people, guys. For you and I, not so much. You know, I'm going to go a little deep here at this part. Guys, I've been holding this stock for over a year. And we gave up our time, our energy over this last year, and we can't get that back. Now, there's a lot of certainties in life, but time isn't one of them. And do I think it's time wasted? Not at all. You see, the time I value the most is the time I get to spend with you guys, and with my family, and with my job, trying to make a living. But this stock right here has me feeling kind of funny. And I mean in a good way. Like, I'm getting excited just talking about it. I look at this stock every day. I look at the ticker and I look at the manipulation on it, and I say, well, that's okay because I'm invested with the right group. I know that other people have my back. When I mean by other people have my back, I don't have to, it's an unspoken rule. It's like I'm so proud to be American type feel. Like, I walk around and I'm just feeling like I'm on top of the world. And I do. I skip when I walk, gentlemen, and so should you. GameStop's trying to get to the top. They are, because it's crowded down below. Drake said it best. I look from the top and it's crowded below. They're 15 minutes starting an hour ago. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people out there trying to get this fame, this fortune, this attention that GameStop has. You know, Motley Fool, you want to sell articles? Keep typing about GameStop. Barron's, you want to get people to click on your damn website? Keep writing about GameStop. GameStop will carry this whole damn country to a different level, and it will. But we'll be at the top. For you few investors that got in at $100, you know what it is. Next is this. You're not going to get what you want. You're going to get what you are. That's what I was supposed to write there. And can you believe I just did this whole video and I have an error in text and I'm not going to stop it because I knew exactly what I wanted to say. Guys, even in the I just made this slideshow right now, literally 10 minutes ago. I am just sitting here dreaming up GameStop. I have a typo in there and I'm not going to fix it because these are one-take sessions. These videos I do with you are one-take sessions. It's all off the top of my head. But when I say you're not going to get what you want out of this, you're going to get what you are. Understand what that means. If you're greedy and if you can't figure it out and you don't pick a spot that you feel good about, this is not for you. If you're looking at the daily chart, it's not for you. You've been here for the last 2 months and the stock has dropped over $130. You are just looking at yourself like, whoever told me to buy this? Why am I in it? Well, guess what? Double down. Buy a little more. Average down. Believe in something, but take it out of your hands, please. I learned this from Pepper with Salt when he wrote this to me. I'll never forget this. He said, Marantz, it's the first time in my life that I let someone else take the reins. And I'm doing that right now. I'm letting GameStop and the board of directors and all their executives do exactly what they want to do. They're doing their job. They haven't sold me out. They haven't let me go, and I'm not going to let them go. I'm going to strong arm this shit to the moon. And if I say it and I manifest it, it will come. I know it will because it always has. My whole life, I've always figured a way out. Guys, there's been times in my life where I didn't have a meal to eat. I didn't have $1 in my pocket. but I'm still standing right here in front of you and or sitting in front of you to tell you there's a will, there's a way, right? Now, believe in something, man. Believe in GameStop and it'll do whatever you want it to do for you. It'll give you joy, it'll give you fulfillment, it'll give you direction. And if you don't have any of those things, well, come on over to the party and I got you. It's GameStop, guys. I made enough mistakes in this video to run it back and do it again, but I won't. I'm real, and I hope you are too. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. I'll see you tomorrow, millionaires.